I got some jokes I came up with. See how that goes. Yeah, my name's Marty. My last name's Ops. My last name's Ops. Ops. Don't bother trying to pronounce my last name because I can't do it. It's too hard. I'm going to say some jokes, and these jokes will come from my mouth to your ears. So these jokes suck. That means I'll be sucking on your ears. Okay. I like to meet new people, so I hang out in maternity wards. There's another thing I thought of. Underpants aren't underpants if you're not wearing pants. I'm a really forgetful guy. I forget things all the time. I forget to say I love you to my girlfriend. But she gets really upset, but she has no right to complain because she's forgetful too. She forgets that I'm her boyfriend. I tried to make up to her by playing her a love ballad that I wrote, but I don't know how to play the bass guitar, so it just sounds like porno music. Another girl, she dumped me. Her reasonings were, I can't go out with you. You're just like a brother to me. And I had to say to her, so your brother, he stares at your boobs all the time too? Okay. I just graduated college last spring. I went to a pretty crappy college. I was in Kenosha. I was going to Parkside. You guys, if you know that one. It wasn't very good. I should have gone to a different place. But one of the reasons I knew it was a crappy college is because they had a bunch of events, and a lot of the events were just based off crappy reality TV shows. One they had was Lunch Lady Iron Chef. The secret ingredient was Sloppy Joe's. Another one they had, and this is true, they had the university's next top model, which I thought was inappropriate for a university, but I guess it was just practice for spring break. That was put on by the Center for Women's Studies. They also had another crappy, this is based off a game show. The game show was called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? They ran their own version. That's how I knew it was a crappy college. Actually, that was put on by the admissions department. Burn, right? All right. I don't know if you can see from back there, but, I shaved it, I think. But I have a unibrow, and that kind of grows back from time to time. And I used to think a unibrow was a good thing, but then women wouldn't go out with me, so I learned it was a bad thing. But I thought if a unibrow was a bad thing, then maybe other things with uni in the beginning of it's bad too. They have unisex clothes, and that's never good clothes, and so that's pretty bad. And I think of unisex clothes. Uni means one, right? So if it's uni, it should be it should be for one sex, not both sexes. If it was, it should be bisex clothes. There's a unicycle, and that's pretty, I don't know, that's kind of dumb. I don't know, it's just a crappy bicycle you can't ride. There's a Unabomber, that's no good. Then there's UNICEF. I don't know what the hell they do, but can't really trust them by the companies they keep. You hear that phrase called "that's a man's something." That's a man's. I don't know. It's big. It's powerful. It's whatever. There's like a man's truck. It's a big truck. Like a man's. I don't know. A man's steak's a huge steak. But there are some things that are a man's something that you can't really call that a man's something because it's small. It should be a man's thing. Should be small. For example, my hair. I got long hair, and you wouldn't call this a man's haircut for having long hair. You think of a man's comb. Man's comb is like a tiny little, it's like a baby comb. Like a man's comb's got to be big. It's got to be like this. That would be a man's comb. It's like a man's comb's actually small, and well, man's comb's not pink. So, if something's big and it's a man, this wouldn't work. You wouldn't say that those are some man's breasts. That doesn't work at all. And this could work, but I don't think anyone says this. They don't say that's a man's penis. It just doesn't make sense. All right, I'm going to talk about something I'm really passionate about. I'm going to talk about W. Who hates the W? See, if you hate the W, you're supposed to say woo or something. But actually, I hate W. I hate that stupid little letter. That letter, it doesn't get. It has no identity. It's a double U. It's not a letter. It's a word. It doesn't make any sense. There's no other letter that makes sense. Its identity is intrinsically linked to U. U makes it sound You think a W is going to make it sound If you can say W like that, like you can define W as an U stands to reason. You can do that with other letters. Like an F is just a half-assed E. Z is just a hip, backwards, urban S. And a Q, well, Q is just O with the birth defect. All right. As you can see, I'm a fat guy, and, well, there's a lot of fat comedians, and the fat comedians, it's really sad about them. A lot of them die by the time they hit, like, 40. So I thought getting into comedy would be a good way for me to commit suicide. I called a suicide hotline once, and they didn't really help me. They just filled me with optimism and reasons to live. I called them for help. I wanted a reason to die. See, I say they joke sometimes, and they don't get it because there's not a lot of suicide fans out there. All right, finishing up this stuff, I have to say, I fall asleep watching TV a lot. When I fall asleep watching TV, I get the commercials mixed up, and you seem college-type kids, you know about kids. I'm the same age as you. Why am I saying kids? Maybe. Whatever. The Girls Gone Wild video, I get that mixed up with the Arby's. So I think I'm watching something called Arby's Gone Wild. And the Arby's Gone Wild commercial goes like this. We have the most youngest, freshest, most barely legal grades of beef. You got the most unbelievable beef on beef action. Now I get confused. Whenever I get hungry, I think, I'm so horny I could eat at Arby's. All right, that's my set. Thanks for laughing at my jokes.